Um, hey guys, this is Alizada, computer teacher at Afghan-Turk Girls High School. As you know, this is the second semester of 2021, and in this course, I'm going to teach HTML for 9th grades. And as I told you before, we are going to study HTML. But before I tell you what HTML is, where it is used, and how it is used, let's have an overlook to what we will learn at the end of this semester. So this is our outline. The first thing that we are going to learn in this course is how to make our own web page. Second, how to insert headings in different sizes in a web page. And then how to insert photos, how to insert paragraphs, lines, spaces, and stuff like them. And when you understood how to insert different elements of HTML in your web page, then you will understand how to align them in different parts of or locations of your web page. For example, maybe you have a text that you want to relocate them to the center of your web page, or at the right side of your web page, or at the left side of your web page. And then you will understand how to connect your web pages to each other in order to make a website. This is the first session of HTML course, and in this session we will understand, or we will learn, introduction to HTML. Okay, the first question is, what is HTML? Look, whenever you want to talk to another person, or when two persons want to talk to each other, they have to use a special or a specific language. Until they make a communication, until they communicate with each other. So they need a common language. The sum of that, when computer wants to communicate with internet, it needs a specific language which is called HTML. So let's take a look to the definition of HTML. The language that a computer needs to communicate with internet is called HTML. So here's a question: what HTML stands for? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. H stands, sorry, let me bring the pointer. Yeah. H stands for hyper, T stands for text, M stands for markup, and L stands for language. And there's another question: what does hypertext means? The process of linking objects to each other is called hypertext. These objects can be anything. For example, they can be two web pages, they can be a web page with a sound, they can be a web page with a video, or a web page with a text, another file, or another program, or even it can be a web page with another website. Who did devise HTML for the first time? HTML was devised or invented for the first time by Tim Berners-Lee in 1990. When Tim Berners-Lee invented HTML, he announced that HTML is completely free for everyone and it is open source. So whenever you want to use HTML, you don't need any license. An HTML or HTML document is called a web page, and a collection of web pages which are connected to each other is called a website. In the world, we can see there are more than million or billion web pages, websites with different names which are used for different aims. And one of the websites which is so popular is called Amazon.com. So let's take a look to that. Okay, let's write www.amazon.com. Okay, as you can see, this is Amazon.com. This is online shopping website, and whenever you click on any of these links, you will have another web page. Okay, this is another web page of Amazon.com, which is dedicated to books. So we can see this was the first web page, this was the second web page, and they are connected to each other. So let's get back to our presentation. I want to explain the connection of web pages to each other by an example. Here is an example. Suppose this is our first web page, that we connect the first web page with the second web page. Then we connect the second web page with the third web page, and finally we will have a website. A website which is the collection of several web pages. There's a question: what is markup language? Markup language is a system of tags used to build hypertext documents for the internet. It means that a system of tags which are used to make a web page is called what? Markup language. We have different kinds of markup languages. For example, the first markup language in the world was XML, and it is a popular language that it is used in almost all the machines. And this is the next markup language is HTML, that it is used for making web pages, and we have XHTML that I will tell you about that later. And keep it in your mind that HTML is also a markup language. So what is HTML tag? HTML tag or HTML tags are keywords or tag names which are surrounded by angle brackets. What is angle bracket? This is angle bracket. Are angle brackets. Inside that, whatever you can see, it's called HTML tag. Sorry, tag name. There are some things that you have to understand about tags. First, that mostly, not always, mostly HTML tags are paired. Second, the first tag in HTML is called always opening tag or starting tag. The second tag is called closing tag or ending tag. And there is an example. In this example, you can see the tag name, which is starting tag, then a tag name which is ending tag, and in between them, whatever you can see is content. In HTML, we have a tag which is called body, and we use it in all HTML documents for making the body of website, web page. And this is starting tag, ending tag, and inside that, which right now we have dot dot dot. It indicates that it can be anything. For example, it can be a form, a table, a text, or other things. Then, what is HTML element? To make it short, shortly we can say HTML tags along with their content are called HTML element. We have a definition also in here. It says HTML tags along with its content is called HTML element, or we can say HTML element is everything from starting tag up to ending tag. Here's the example that we have HTML text, and inside that we have content, and totally it is called HTML element. The next thing that we have to understand regarding HTML is an application that it reads the HTML codes and then it shows or displays the result. That's called web browser. What is web browser? Here is the definition. Web browser is an application which is used to read HTML documents and display them as web pages. We have different kinds of web browsers like Safari, like Internet Explorer, like Google Chrome, like Firefox, and other. You can see the pictures of them as well in here. So now we are at the end of this session, and if you have any question, you can get in touch with me via my WhatsApp number. And before you ask your question, you have to introduce yourself, like tell me your name, class, and then declare your question. Thanks.